But today I want to talk about knowing your purpose and your assignment. Sometimes things can happen in life that will totally rock our world and can cause us to wonder about what we're doing. And not even sometimes things that are happening in our lives. Sometimes just being up in front of the people week after week. As worship leaders, sometimes it can get kind of mundane. We get into the rut. We just kind of go through the cycle, go through the thing. And, especially depending on if you are leading and you're not really getting the response from the people that you would like to have. And we got to kind of watch. There's a fine line with that. We have to be very mindful, be very careful about looking for responses from people. I know for so long, we see people leading worship and we hear them, say things, and we say things like, come on, lift your hands, or, oh, y'all ain't saying nothing in here, or, we want to, because we want the people to be engaged so bad that we sometimes can, let that become a distraction for us if they're not responding, right? And so I just wanted to give you a couple of things because it's something that the Lord had really been dealing with me about. Understand that there is a problem or a deficit in the place where you are that only you can solve. So there is an issue, there is an assignment, there is a problem, there is something that is in that place where you are serving that only you are responsible for. And yes, Pam, faces can discourage you if you let them. And so, we gotta find another way something else to focus on besides the faces, because it can be a distraction, especially if it's week after week after week after week. You're saying, we're singing songs about adoring Jesus and lifting him and magnifying him and thanking him for his grace and him making ways out of no way and him being a provider and just, talking about the faithfulness of God. But then when you're singing about that and you're talking about it and then you're getting this in response, week after week, it can be so discouraging, right? But so understand, though, that you are sent there to solve a problem. God gave me this morning. He said, you carry the part of God. You carry the part of God that needs to be released in that part of the earth. You carry the part of God that needs to be released in the earth. So what that means is God is multifaceted, right? There's so many different parts of God. There's so many different just sides of who he is. And we'll never be able to know all of who God is. But there is a part of God in you that you carry that needs to be released in that part of the earth that you are serving in. You carry the part of God that needs to be released in that specific part of the earth. And then I was reminded of the story. I love the story of Elijah and Elisha. Monique said, my pastor tells us to sing up and not out. Remember who you are singing to and about. Absolutely. We got to set our sights above, right? Set our focus on the things that are above, right? Sing up, not out. Yeah. I had a lady tell me, you can't see the Facebook Live. Okay, Chef, hold on tight. T, can you text her and help her? Because she's trying to get in here. You carry, yeah. Thank you, Sheena, for texting that. A lady told me before, she said, you don't have to tell the people all the time. You don't have to tell us all the time what to do. She said, if you just do it, we'll follow you. I was like, oh, yeah, you're right. And that thing checked me. So I was just like, okay, yep, I will do that. So instead of me saying to them, lift your hands, let's lift our voices to God, I'll just lift my hands, which I had been doing that anyway. But I would, instead of saying, come on and lift your hands, I'm more likely now to say, I lift my hands to you, God. I lift my voice to you. I sing songs of praise to you. I, celebrate all that you are. Instead of singing to them, I sing this way, right? It was so good. So Monique, thank you for saying that. We sing up, not out, right? The story of Elijah and Elisha, I love it so because it just talks about when I first started reading about the story of Elijah and Elisha years ago. You know, I needed that story as it related to my relationship to my pastor, and to the person that I was serving, and being so connected to them, and knowing that as I followed them and as I was connected to the vision that God had given them, that, you know, God would allow me to inherit the anointing that was on their lives, right? Sometimes you serve the person so much so that what's on their lives can get on your life, right? Just because of you serving. So that's that Elijah-Elisha relationship. But God brought me there this morning, and he reminded me that in 2 Kings chapter 19, God told Elijah to go and anoint Elisha, right? And when he went to Elisha was like, okay, let me go back and say goodbye to my family and everything, and then I'm going to come and do that. And Elijah was like, all right, you go ahead, but remember what I did. Remember, I put my cloak on you. I put my jacket on you, so you know what you're supposed to be doing. So when Elisha went back to say goodbye to his family, he burned everything that he was using. He got rid of everything that he remotely could even think about using if he decided to go back. He burned it all because he had been given an assignment to go and serve Elijah. He knew that when Elijah came and anointed him, that there was an assignment that was placed on his, that was revealed in his life. So he burned everything. So that way, when things got tough, when things started going crazy, and maybe, you know, what didn't seem like it was an easy path, he didn't have anything to go back to. He burned everything that he had back with his family. So that way he was able to follow Elijah, follow the vision, follow hard after the assignment without any option. He had no option. Once he placed his hand to the plow and said, okay, I'm going to take this assignment, I can't go back. There's nothing to go back to. Elisha got rid of everything so that there was nothing to turn back to. There was no fallback plan. He had no fallback plan. There was nothing else to go back to. So that's, you know, that's one thing I wanted to encourage you, that, you know, once you have put your foot on to the assignment that God has given you as leading worship here, you know, don't get a fallback plan. Don't try and look for a way, an escape route. You know what I mean? Like, put your hands on it and say, God, okay, if you've sent me here, then let me know exactly what the assignment is. What is the vision? So that way I can get rid of all of that other stuff. Disconnect from all the people that may be speaking negative into your life about where you are and what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Get rid of the fallback plan. The second thing was that Elijah in 2 Kings, now we don't even hear about Elisha for like a few chapters, and not until 2 Kings chapter 2. Elijah kept trying to leave Elisha, and Elisha was like, nope, wherever you going, I'm going with you. Nope, wherever you going, I'm going with you. He had his sights set on he had his focus set on the assignment, on the vision, right, that God had given him. Elisha had a vision. He had an assignment. He had to stand fast. And even people were coming to him and was like, you know, Elijah's gonna be gone soon. And he was like, yeah, but don't talk about it. I love that part. People kept telling him, he's getting ready to leave. He's going to be gone. Something, so-and-so is going to happen to this church. So-and-so is going to happen to that. So-and-so, you know, you about to blow up. Yeah, but don't talk about that right now. You know, you about to, such and such is going to happen to your family. Something's going to happen to your ministry. You know, you got this assignment. But Elisha was like, no, don't talk about that. Shh, I'm not worrying about that. It'll happen when it happens. I'm setting my focus. My sights are right here. My face is right here, and I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do in this moment at this place, because God has something on the inside of me that I have to release here. Elisha was set. He was focused. And then Elijah asked him, well, what's your purpose? Like, why are you here? What do you even want? And Elisha was like, I want a double portion of what you have. He had a purpose. He had an assignment. He had a vision. He had a vision. He was like, you put that cloak on me back in 1 Kings chapter 19. I want a double portion of that. I want a double portion of that. And because I want a double portion of that, I'm going to hold fast here. I'm going to stand fast. I'm going to stay with what the assignment is that God has given me. See, God told Elijah that whatever enemies were left over after Elijah went away, that Elisha would be the one to destroy him. I don't know if Elisha knew that, but Elijah knew it, right? But Elisha knew that there was something bigger that that God had in store for him. And so Elisha was like, no, I'm not going anywhere. And I want a double portion of what you have. He burned. He got rid of all the things that were trying to distract him. He shut the mouths of the people that were trying to distract him. He was like, nope, I'm not talking about that. I'm setting my focus on this assignment. This is where I am. This is where I'm supposed to be serving. I'm going to stay right here and I'm going to do this. So I want you to be encouraged. I want you to set your sights on the assignment that God has given you. Ask God for a vision so you can focus on that when the faces are just dry and looking at you crazy. Ask God for a vision that you can focus on when the faces are just blank and when the people are not responding. He was purpose driven. That's right. And we've got to be purpose driven. We've got to know what our assignment is and not be caught up on the people not responding to the songs that we're singing. It's deeper than that. We are digging wells in dry places. We are digging wells in dry places. That's what we're doing. The dry places could be in people's lives. The dry places could be in a community. But we are digging wells in dry places. And so when God gives you a vision, the vision, when then you see the people not responding or things not happening or crazy things going on, you know, okay, this is just a part of me digging. This is a part of the digging. Because, you know, when you, I don't know if y'all ever dug a hole in the ground. I'm from South Carolina. I didn't dig a lot of holes, but I had to dig a couple times. I had a shovel. But when you dig, you know, when you first, it's just nothing but dirt. It's just nothing but dirt. And then sometimes you may come across a root, a tree stump or a root in that place where you're digging. And what you got to do, you got to dig hard because you got to cut that root that's running across that place where you're trying to dig the well. You won't get to the water until you get all the way down to the bottom. That's right. We can't lead where we can't go. That's right. Absolutely. We're digging wells in dry places. So, you know, I want you to take that and just be encouraged. You know, ask God again to show you a vision of where it is. What is the assignment? Like, where are we going? Where are we going? You know, because when you can't see it, when it doesn't look like what you saw in the vision, you know you're not there yet. You got to keep digging. You got to keep going, keep serving, right? Authentic worship. Absolutely. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And so you got to keep stirring up and keep sowing into that ground until you all are having authentic worship on a consistent basis, right? Absolutely. Well, you all, that's all I wanted to share this morning, to just be encouraged. If you get a chance, read 2 Kings chapter 19 and then 1 Kings chapter 19 and 2 Kings chapter 2. 1 Kings 19, 2 Kings 2. Alrighty. I love y'all. Thank you so much for watching today. Please share this. Yep, keep digging. Just keep digging. Share this video, share the page with someone and let them know that, especially if they're a worship leader, they don't have to be the person who is out front leading worship. If they're on the praise team, they're a musician, a sound team engineer, they're a dance team member. Worship leaders is for all of us. All right. So please share it. And y'all keep me in your prayers. And we're going to keep digging. That's what we're going to do. We're going to keep digging. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I love you much. And I will see you next Tuesday morning. All right. Have a great day. Bye.